My name is Ruth Frumkin. This is Zoe. Down here we have Freki and Lovebug, who is one of our foster dogs for pet rescue. We've been going to Ward Acres since we adopted the dogs. Both dogs are over 10 years old now. So my girls were 6 years old. I have twin girls. And we've been going there since they were little. That was their first experience around dogs. They got to see the dogs there, love the dogs, play there. We've had picnics there. Okay, we had to climb the tree to eat the snack, but we enjoyed every minute of it. This is where the girls grew up, having fun with their dogs. I've been working with pet rescue for about 10 years, with fostering, with helping placing animals, cats and dogs. Pet Rescue's mission is to find homes for homeless animals. A lot of our dogs come from high-kill shelters where they would have been euthanized otherwise. And we place probably about between 500 and 600 animals a year. A lot of kittens and puppies, but also a lot of adult dogs like Lovebug, who's by now probably about a 6-year-old dog, but will definitely find a loving home too. We actually have a few particular shelters we work with, and most of our shelters are down south. We work with one woman who lives in a county, Delbarton County in West Virginia, and they don't even have a shelter. So she more or less is the rescue person for the whole county. If people don't want to keep their animals, the sheriff shoots them more or less. That's all they do in that county. So we help her with some of the dogs that she finds, and lots and lots of abandoned animals. She also tries to take in some abuse cases. And then other shelters. We have a couple of shelters in South Carolina we work with, but they're all over. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. We get so many emails every day. Please help us here, please help us there. They're euthanizing Friday, they're euthanizing Monday. It's just endless. And unfortunately, if people would spay and neuter more, there would be many, many more unwanted animals. Well, I never have more than one foster dog at a time, but I do walk more dogs than I actually foster. And I find that, yes, it is hard to walk more than 3 or 4 dogs at a time, especially if they're not socialized. But I train, like my dogs, I train them to walk on a leash. And then you can walk 3 dogs, 4 dogs, it makes no difference. And if you have an off-leash park, it certainly helps, because then the dogs not only walk, but they get to play too, which I think is important. Kids need to play. Even adults want to play. Why shouldn't a dog be able to play? The best part is when they go off into a home and they look happy and we get the emails, we see them at Ward Acres, we see them with their family. That's the best part. Very often not only does the dog come, but the kids come and the neighbors come and their dog comes. It's a social place. And I found that lately there's even more families coming to Ward Acres now that people have heard about it. I went there Sunday with my kids. There must have been like 10, 15 families with their kids and their dogs, and it wasn't exactly a gorgeous day. There's no way the park would be used as much if the dogs can't go there during the day. And it's being used by families especially too now, which I think is nice. Well, for the pet rescue animals, they're definitely losing out because, we can't get a license for a dog that doesn't belong to us. They're all in temporary homes, and which means they won't be able to go and use the park, which is, for us, one of our major socialization areas. So it will be very sad when the foster families go to the park and have to leave the foster dog home. A lot of the dogs that we get, they need socialization. So what we do is we teach them how to interact with other dogs. We teach them not to be scared. We teach them to go up to humans where it's a wide open space. It's not confrontational. They don't need to be afraid. Like sometimes in a closed area they get a little timid, so they can go up to the people instead of the people going up to them. And they become much better socialized. They become happier. You can see their tails start wagging. They get happy. They get excited. There's how many other parks in New Rochelle?
I know that.
Yeah. I think the thinking behind trying to make the park accessible to people without dogs is somehow wrong, because the thinking is that it's only used for dog people, but it's used for people with families. It's used for people with dogs. It's not just one person coming there with 2 or 3 dogs, but it's like whole families coming there, including their dogs, who are also family members. So it's being used extensively by nice people. And I've seen, it's like when you go to a playground, you see the mothers talking to each other about their children and what the children do and how do you think I should do that. You see the very same thing at Ward Acres. 2 mothers with young dogs, and they're like, oh, my puppy does this, how do you handle this? Oh, my puppy does that, yes, I do this, I do that. And it's the very same interaction there as there is with people in the playground. So asking me, I think this park should stay for Ward Acres. If not, I think the majority of the time should be given to the families with dogs. And, maybe we should split days otherwise. But the hour system, I think is very difficult to accommodate. I think they're like family. They're fun. They're they give so much love. You give them a little bit of love, they give you 10 times more back. And they don't, I love to walk, I love to hike, so they give me the impetus to go down, move off my butt, go for my daily walk, go for my exercise, even if the weather isn't that great outside. And they're also fun to work with. We've taken our 2 dogs to obedience. We've done agility with them. We've now they're getting a little old for the agility, but we've enjoyed a lot of fun activities with them. And they're total family members.